Welcome to another video coverage of This Week in Rails. I'm David Kimura, and this week we have Emmanuel bringing us the news. And the newsletter is not something that I create, it is something that's created by a team of people. I simply provide the video coverage of it. So let's go ahead and dive into this week's updates. For the first item, avoid double typecast when serializing attributes. And this one is simply a performance boost that we're going to get in situations where we are checking the type of a model attribute, and essentially this is going to just give us a performance increase, and since we're doing less work, it's going to be more performant. And so this is just one of those nice things where as we are keeping our Rails application up to date, we're just getting more and more performance for our dollar. And while each individual item may not be a huge change in performance, when you add them all together, it's going to be a huge increase. And I've seen that increase simply by just keeping my Ruby versions up to date over the years. The next item is the ability to set the tag formats for QueryLogs, and this one can be nice if you are relying on the QueryLogs in your Rails application for some troubleshooting, or if you want to copy and paste that, you may not be able to just run that SQL query directly on your database. So now that there's a tag formats option, you can set it to the SQL commenter. That's essentially going to use the equal sign as a separator and single quotes around the values instead of a colon. And the next item is to facilitate the use of any regular ERB in the database YAML, and this is going to be mainly around the keys in your database YAML, whereas before when we were setting the values, you were able to use any kind of ERB tags that you needed to. However, if you tried doing it in keys, then it was a bit more problematic. And I don't think that this is one that we're going to come across too often, as I think it's mainly going to be affecting situations where you have a more complex database. For example, if you're iterating through and you're wanting to create several different shards, previously you would not be able to set a key like this. However, with this update, you would be able to do that. And the last item, Rails Error Report, now marks errors as reported. And this appears to be a bug fix, so the error is not getting reported twice. And in the past week, we've had 23 contributors to the Ruby on Rails framework, so I really appreciate each one of you who have helped make Rails a better framework, especially the first-time contributors and all the efforts that you all have put in. And so again, thank you very much. And if you would like to receive a copy of This Week in Rails, you can go to world.hey.com/this.week.in.rails. And so I want to say thank you to all those who have helped create this newsletter and to all those who have contributed to Ruby on Rails. Well, that's all for this episode. Thanks for watching.